everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Cal. Today we are making this gorgeous house flag triangle. This is the last in our April series of triangles and it is a beauty. Beauty. It's got some lovely texture going on with some popcorn stitches and some clusters. We're going to learn possibly a new stitch for many of you. It's the first time I've actually done it in a pattern, I think. We're going to do some 6 double crochet clusters but over 2 spaces. So here we have a 6 double crochet cluster over 2 spaces. So I will show you exactly how to make those stitches, and all the stitches we do I will be showing you along the way. So let's grab our hook, yarn, scissors, and grab whatever colours you like, and a cup of tea or coffee or something, and let's get started. Okay, round 1. Now you can make a ring with a chain 4, or you chain 4 and then slip stitch into your first chain to make the ring, or you can make a magic ring, which is what I'm doing today. So this is how I do the magic ring, and I always do one little chain to secure it so then it doesn't fall. It's totally fine and secure. So then I like to pull it in slightly just so it's not so big and loose and floppy. Okay, and we're going to chain 3. So as I already have one, I'm going to actually chain 2, but you want to start with chain 3 as a double crochet, and then you want to put 11 double crochet into your ring. 11 double crochet, so that when you've finished you will have 12 double crochets with that starting chain 3. So you want 12 all together in your ring. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, 12, spot on. So then you want to, whether you've got your chain 4 ring or whether you've got the magic ring, pull your tail in and tighten that, and then you want to slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 where you started, and then you have a nice little circle for round 1. Okay, round 2. If you want to change colour, then fasten off this colour that you have already, and then join your new colour into any stitch of your circle. Okay, and then we're going to be doing some double crochet clusters, 2 double crochet clusters around our circle, but to start we need to do some chains for our first one. So what we're going to do is chain 2. If you're not changing colour, then just continue from the exact same spot you're in already. Okay, chain 2, and then yarn over as if you're going to do another chain, but leave it on your hook. So you now have 2 loops. Then yarn over for your double crochet, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that counts as your first beginning double crochet cluster. Okay, and then chain 3, and then we're going to do a proper 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch. So yarn over as if for a double crochet, insert into that stitch, yarn over, pull through. You've now got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Leave that last 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then you've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that is your first 2 double crochet cluster. So in this stitch you've got your beginning double crochet cluster, chain 3, and then a 2 double crochet cluster. Okay, with me so far? Okay, to continue, we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to skip the next stitch, and in the following stitch we're going to do another of these sets of cluster, chain 3 and cluster. Okay, so go skip the next stitch, and then in the next stitch start as if to double crochet, do the first, yarn over, pull through 2 and leave those last 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. You've got your last 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Chain 3, and then in that same stitch we're going to do another cluster. So yarn over as if for double crochet into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and leave the last loops on the hook. Yarn over for your second double crochet, insert into your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through, and then you have your second set of cluster, chain and cluster. Okay, we're going to continue this around the circle, so I'll show you once more. You're going to chain 3 in between your clusters, your sets, and then skip a stitch, and in the next stitch you are going to do the same pattern. So skipping 1 stitch, and then in the next start your cluster, pull through the last 3 loops, chain 3 and another cluster in that same stitch, and pull through the last 3 loops. There we go. So we've now got 3 sets of, out of the screen there, 3 sets separated by chain 3s. So repeat that all the way around, chain 3, skip a stitch, do your cluster set, chain 3, skip a stitch, do a cluster set, and you will finish with 8 sets of clusters. Okay, sorry, I'm trying a new camera angle. I've got the camera in a slightly different place and I keep sort of forgetting that it's a bit closer and I don't need to go so far on the table, so apologies for that. I will try and look at the camera as much as possible to check that I am in frame. So hopefully I'll stay in frame more now, so I do apologise for that. I'm just trying out a new position for the camera. Okay, so repeat this around, rewind the video a couple of minutes if you need to, and then when you get around here you're going to do your last chain 3, and then I will join you back to show you where to finish the round. So here I am at the end of my round with my 8 sets of clusters, and I've done my last chain 3, and then we're going to slip stitch in the top where we made our beginning chain 2 and double crochet cluster. If you look at the top, you have this stitch here at the top, so just slip stitch into that stitch, and then if you're changing colour you can fasten off just here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to fasten off here and join a new colour, and I will show you where to join that in just a moment. There we go. So for round 3, you want to join your new colour in any of the chain 3 spaces between your sets of clusters. So when you have the 2 clusters in one stitch, you want to join your yarn in between there, not the chain 3 that goes over the skip stitch, the one that's between these clusters, okay? And you want to join that in there. You can join however you like. We are going to be starting with a double crochet, so if you prefer to do a standing double crochet, that's absolutely fine. You can join it that way. If you are keeping the same colour for this round, you can just slip stitch over into that first chain 3 space there between those 2 clusters that you did. You can just slip stitch over there and that would work just as well. Okay, so in this round we're going to be doing some popcorn stitches. If you've never done a popcorn stitch, don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do it. So for your first double crochet, if you're not doing a standing or chainless double crochet, then you want to chain 3. Okay, that's your first double crochet. And then you want to do 4 more double crochets into that chain space, because we are going to be making a 5 double crochet popcorn. Popcorn stitches can be made of any size stitch and of any amount of stitches, over 1 obviously. So you can have big popcorns with trebles and 7 trebles, or you can have tiny single crochet 3 popcorns. We're just doing 5 double crochets, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that first chain plus 4 double crochets, and then just pull that loop up slightly, take your hook out, and then pop your hook back in the top of your chain 3. Okay, going from front to back, and then put the loop back on your hook, so your hook is at the back of those double crochets. Okay, it's at the back of those double crochets, and then you want to pull this loop that you've just put back on your hook through the top of this chain. Pull that through, and then do a chain 1 to close. Okay, and this pushes that stitch, sort of folds it in half basically, and makes it pop to the front. So that's how you do your first popcorn stitch with that chain. And then we are going to chain 3. That's in addition to your first chain there, at the end of the popcorn. Okay, so chain 3, and then in the next chain 3 of the previous round, the one that's over your skip stitch, do a single crochet. Okay, and then chain 3, and then in the next chain 3 space again, which is between these clusters, you are going to do another 5 double crochet popcorn. So I'll show you that without the chain. So we're just going to go into this space and make 5 double crochets. Five double crochets. Okay, take your hook out of the loop, just pull it up slightly so it doesn't pull through, and then this time you want to go into the top of your first double crochet. Okay, the top of your first double crochet from front to back, pop your original loop back on your hook and pull it down to its regular size, so your hook is at the back of your double crochets. Pull that loop through the top of your stitch and then chain 1 to close, and that is your second popcorn. And I'll show you from the back, it just has a sort of slight indent there. Okay, sort of like little cups. So there we go. Okay, that's how you do your popcorns. And then you're going to chain 3, and you're going to do a single crochet in the next chain space, which is over your skip stitch, but we're going to make our first corner or point, as it's a triangle. So to do that point, we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to make a double crochet in the same space, so just scooch that first stitch over, so double crochet, and then we're going to chain 3, make another double crochet in the same space, chain 3, and then we're going to make another single crochet in the same space. Okay, so this is where our point will be. Single crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Okay, and then we're going to continue this pattern around. So we're going to chain 3 in the next space between these 2 clusters. We're going to make our popcorn, so 5 double crochets, pop your hook out, back into the first stitch, loop back on, pull through. My yarn's just split slightly, and then do a chain 1. Okay, and then chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, and a 5 double crochet popcorn in the next chain space. So remember, pop your hook in from front to back and pull through and chain 1. And then we're on to our next point. So we're going to chain 3, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 3, double crochet in the same space, chain 3, another double crochet in that space, chain 3, and a final single crochet in that same space. And that is your second point. Oops. There we go, is your second point. Okay, so last side, just going to repeat what we've done. Chain 3 and a popcorn in the next chain space. So 5 double crochets. Go, and don't forget that chain 1 at the top, and then chain 3. Oops, don't let go of your yarn. Get some more out here. Okay, so we did that popcorn and chain 1 at the top, and then chain 3, and then single crochet in the next chain space, chain 3, and a popcorn in the next chain space, 5 double crochets, and that chain at the top, chain 3, and then we're going to do our last point. So single crochet in that next space, chain 3, double crochet, all in the same space, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, and a single crochet in that same space. And then we are going to chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch to the top of our popcorn. Okay, so just find the top of the popcorn where you pulled through and go into there and do your slip stitch, and there we go. There now should be looking a bit like a triangle. So you've got your 3 points. Oops, there we go. 3 points, 3 sides. There we go. Okay, for round 4, you can change colour if you wish to, and change colour into the same popcorn that we've just finished in. Okay, if you're changing colour. If you're continuing, then we're going to continue from where we are. So yeah, just change colour in exactly the same spot that you're in right now. So what we're going to do to start with is chain 6, and this counts as a double crochet and a chain 3. Okay, and we're now going to do a 6 double crochet cluster. So these that we did down here were 2 double crochet clusters, so a bit like a double crochet 2 together basically. So this is a 6 double crochet cluster, but we're going to be doing it over the next 2 chain spaces. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of our double crochet in the first space and 3 in the second. Now I know that might sound very confusing, but I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Okay, so what we're going to do is a 6 double crochet cluster over these 2 spaces. So we need to do 6 incomplete double crochets. Okay, so just like we did down here, we're going to do the same in these spaces. So go into your chain 3 space with a yarn over for your double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and leave your last loop from your double crochet on your hook. So you now have 2 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You now have 3 loops on the hook. So that's, we've done 2 stitches, and now we're going to do our third. Just pull through 2 loops like you would for a double crochet, leave that last loop on the hook, so you now have 4 loops on the hook, and then we're going to go straight into the next space as if we're going to do another double crochet, and then pull through 2 loops. Okay, do that twice more, pull through 2, so you've now got 6 loops, yarn over, insert, pull through 2 loops. You've now got 7 loops on your hook. So you've got 1 loop here that's for your hook, and then you've got 1 loop for every stitch you did, or every incomplete stitch. So you've got 6 loops from stitches and 1 for the hook. So you've got 7 loops there. Yarn over and pull through all 7 loops, and that is your 6 double crochet cluster split into 2. So you've got 3 partial stitches here and 3 partial stitches here, but there's only 1 stitch top just here. Okay, so I will show you that when we get further round, in case you're still a little confused. So we're now going to chain 3, and then we're going to do a double crochet on top of the next popcorn. So if you look for where the popcorn is and do a double crochet on the top there, and then chain 3, and then we're going to do this 6 double crochet cluster again over the next 2 chain spaces. Okay, so the next 6 double crochet cluster we're going to do over the next 2 chain 3 spaces. So it's the one here next to your popcorn and the one here at the side of your point. So if you look here, you've got your point where you've got your chain 3s on the sides, double crochets in the middle, and chain 3 at the top. So it's this first chain 3 there. Okay, so we're going to do 3 partial double crochets in the first chain space. So yarn over, go in as a double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, and leave the last loops on the hook. Go in for a double crochet again, yarn over, pull through 2, leave the last loop, and for a third time, pull through 2 and leave the last loop on the hook. So you should now have 4 loops on there. Yarn over for a double crochet, go into the next chain 3 space, start your first double crochet by pulling through 2 and leave the last loop on the hook, and again pull through 2, leave the last loop, go in again and pull through 2, leave the last loop on the hook. Sorry, my screen was going to go off there, I needed to just stop it making the pattern disappear. Okay, so there now should be 7 loops on your hook. If you have 1 too many, it means you've done too many stitches, and if you've not got enough, it means you've missed one somewhere. So just have a look and see what you've got there. So yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to chain 3, and we are at the point. So we've got our double crochet and then the chain 3. So in this chain 3 between our double crochets, we are going to do a double crochet and a treble crochet, and then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do a treble crochet again, so yarn over twice, go in for a treble crochet and then a double crochet, all in that same space, and chain 3. And then to come back down this side, we're going to repeat what we did here with the 6 double crochet clusters over the next 2 chain spaces. Okay, so I'll talk you through that again. Apologies if you know how to do this and you just want the next part of the tutorial. Some people will have never done this before and may just be grateful for that extra bit of help. So go in as for a first double crochet, do your first, pull through 2, and then again for the second, pull through 2, and a third time, pull through 2. 4 loops, go into the next chain 3 space, pull through 2, and again pull, oops, did I take an extra stitch there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no. Okay, and again pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 7 loops. Okay, and you can see at the bottom you've got 3 parts of stitches. Okay, chain 3 and double crochet in the top of the popcorn. And then you're going to do a 6 double crochet cluster over the next 2 spaces, and then chain, actually we're going to chain 3, and then you're going to do a 6 double crochet cluster over the next 2 spaces, chain 3, do a double crochet in the top of the popcorn, chain 3, and then another 6 double crochet cluster over the next space. Okay, so just repeat that as we have done this other side. Okay, so we've done a chain 3 now, do your cluster, chain 3, double crochet in the popcorn, chain 3, and then another cluster over the next 2 spaces, and then I'll see you back. Rewind the video if you need to follow that again. Okie dokie, when you've done your last cluster and it's at the side of your corner point, we're then going to do the corner, so chain 3, and then in this corner point here, this chain 3 between your 2 double crochets, we are going to do a double crochet and a treble crochet and chain 3, and then we're going to work back down, so a treble crochet and double crochet and chain 3. Okay, and then we're going to do our final side of a cluster over the next 2 spaces, chain 3, double crochet in the popcorn, chain 3, cluster over the next, chain 3, 1 double crochet in the popcorn, chain 3, and then do your last cluster. Okay, and I will see you at the next point. And there we go, done my second side. So now I'm going to start my point, so chain 3 into your corner point, double crochet, treble crochet, chain 3, treble crochet, double crochet, and chain 3. And then you need to make one last cluster in this next 2 chain 3 spaces. Do one more cluster, and then I will join you to finish off the round. So I've done my last cluster, and now we need to do a final chain 3. And then if you look here, this is where we started with our chain 6. which counted as a double crochet and a chain 3 space. So we need to go into the 3rd chain from the bottom and do a slip stitch, or it will be in the top of your standing double crochet if you did that. Okay, that makes it in the top of the double crochet, so you've now got a chain 3 on either side as we have further down. So that is the end of round 4. Let me just bring this up and you can see, just going to stretch it out a bit. And there we go, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So much texture going on there. So much texture. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to change colour for the next round. So I'm going to fasten this off. And then I will show you where we're going to join. Okay, our 5th and final round. Now, if you are staying with the same colour for this round, you can just slip stitch across to the next space. Okay, just for where you joined at the end of the round, to slip stitch over into that next chain 3 space. If you are changing colour, then join your yarn in the top chain 3 space. The first one of the sides, sorry. So after the treble and double that you did at the point, join your yarn in that first chain 3 space, okay? And then we will start. Okay, now for this round, if your triangle is nearly to the size that you wish it to be, we are working on approximately 6-inch triangles, that's 6 inches each side. If it is almost the size you need, and a double crochet is going to be a double crochet on each side is going to make it too big, then you can scale this down and make half double crochets or single crochets. Okay, and then you'll just adjust what you do in the points, and I will try and help you do that. Try and remember to tell you when we get to the points what you can do for that stitch there. So if you are wanting to do a single crochet round, then you can just start by doing a chain 1, and then for every stitch that I say along, then you'll be doing that single crochets, and the chain 1 won't count as anything, it'll just get you started. If you want to do half double crochets, oh excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze. If you want to do half double crochets, then chain 2 to count as your first stitch, and then do 2 half double crochets in that same space. And for all the stitches that I say along, then make those half double crochets. I am going to do as the pattern and do a double crochet, so I'm going to chain 3 as my first double crochet, and then I'm going to do 2 more double crochets in this space. And basically we're making a bit like the granny stitch. So 3 stitches in there, okay, whether you've chosen to do single, half double or double, and then straight over to the next space and make 3 stitches, and you're going to do 3 stitches in each space along until you get to your 2 stitches at the corner point. Okay, so put 3 into each of these next chain spaces. Okay, when you reach the treble and the double and treble of the previous round, you want to do 1 stitch into each of those. So whatever size stitch you're doing along, you want to do 1 into each of those. And then in your corner point, if you are doing the double crochet as I am, as per the pattern, then in your corner point you want to do 2 treble crochets. If you're making any other size stitches along, then hold on just a second and I will tell you what you need to do for that. Okay, then chain 3 and then do 2 more treble crochets in your corner point. Okay, there you go. 2 trebles, chain 3, 2 trebles. Okay, if you are doing any other stitch size, basically in this corner point you want to do one stitch bigger than what you're making along this side, and that helps to make it the point. So if you are doing a single crochet along the sides, then you want to do a half double crochet in your corner point. So you'll do 2 half doubles, chain 3, 2 half doubles. If the chain 3 seems a bit big and a bit wide for those smaller stitches, then just reduce it to a chain 2 or even a chain 1 if you need to. Okay, you might need to just make the next couple of stitches down here first to decide whether it needs that bit of stretch or not. So see how it goes for your chain. But if you're doing single crochets, then in your points you want to do half double crochets. Okay, if you are making half double crochet stitches along the side, then in the corner points you want to be doing double crochets. Okay, one size bigger double crochets. And so you do 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful to you. So basically your corner points are 1 stitch size bigger. So once again, single crochets will have half double crochets in the corner, half double crochets will have double crochets, and if you're doing double crochets as I am, you will make trebles in your corner, and it's 2 stitches, chain 3, 2 stitches. Okay, hopefully that's clear and helpful. Okay, so then we're going to work down this side. So you're going to do 1 stitch of your regular size into each of the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to work into every chain 3 space along the side. Okay, not the stitches, but every chain 3 space along the side, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 3 spaces. Okay, do 3 stitches into each of those, and then we're back to the point. Then you're back to your double and treble, and into there you'll do 1 stitch each, so you have 2 stitches there, and then in your corner point you're going to do exactly as you did here, just as we discussed, whether it's half double, double or treble stitches. Okay, 2 stitches, chain 3, 2 stitches, and that is as easy as this round is. So you'll do your point, then you'll do the next 2 stitches, and then you'll work down this side. Okay, and then on your final side do your last point, and depending on where you started, whether you started here at the top with a new colour or whether you continued from here with your existing colour, will depend whether you need to do any more stitches along the side or not. If you started here with the same colour, then you'll just need to do these last 2. If not, you'll just need to do these last 2 stitches here, and then I'll join you back here to show you where you're going to join and fasten off. Okay, so continue this round, rewind the video if you need to hear that again, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, when you get back to the beginning, all you need to do is slip stitch in the top of your beginning chain 3, and that is that, and then fasten off. There we go. And there is the beautiful house flag triangle. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I know I've got all these ends kind of hanging around, but how gorgeous is this? Beautiful texture with those popcorns and clusters, and I love it, love it, love it. So I hope you found this useful and helpful today, and that you've enjoyed crocheting along with me and watching how this beauty is made. If you have liked it and found it useful and helpful, then please click the like button down there, give us a thumbs up, it is much appreciated. Until next time, just have fun and don't let your tea get cold.